Ever since I was a child, I have always stood up for those in need of help. I would jump to the defense of any kids being picked on and stand up to any bullies attending my school. After graduating from high school, I became a black belt in karate and then opened my own dojo in Tampa Bay, Florida. I would train people of all ages how to defend themselves and to have more self-confidence. It was truly heartwarming to watch my students grow from useless piles of cookie dough into trained, disciplined killing machines whose hands and feet needed to be registered as lethal weapons. I had no idea at the time that everything that I had built up was about to come crashing down around me the moment a particularly nerdy kid named Alan walked into my dojo. Alan was new to the area and had been having a difficult time adjusting to his new school, so his parents thought it would be a good idea for him to learn martial arts. I could immediately tell that this was going to be no small feat, given how nerdy Alan was, but I agreed to be his sensei. After what felt like the longest 6 months of my entire life, Alan had shown no improvement whatsoever. It was soul-destroying. I had never encountered a student that I couldn't mold into a terrifying, deadly ninja assassin before, but nothing I tried was working. I was reaching my lowest point and sunk into despair when suddenly I had an epiphany. I came to the realization that Alan's nerdiness was so overwhelmingly powerful that it was canceling out his body's natural athletic abilities. I theorized that in order to unlock his latent potential, I would have to make him believe his life was in actual danger. This would activate his body's fight or flight mechanism and hopefully release the hidden martial artist within. I knew that in order for my ingenious plan to succeed, Alan could not, under any circumstances, know what was going on. I would have to strike when he least suspected it, and in such a way that would leave him with no doubt that this was a life-or-death situation. I waited until nightfall, and under the cover of darkness, I parked my van outside what I believed to be Alan's home. It was roughly 3 a.m., and the streets were empty, so I put on my balaclava and took out my trusty butcher's knife. After searching for a way in, I found a small window at the back of the house and prized it open with a crowbar. Once inside, I silently tiptoed up the staircase in search of Alan's bedroom. When I got to the top of the stairs, I located a door that I was confident enough belonged to him. I kicked open the door as hard as I could and ran inside screaming at the top of my lungs. This was when I discovered that I had rather unfortunately gone to the wrong address. The owners of this property were an elderly couple who were scared witless by the horrifying sight of a 6 feet tall man in their room, wearing a balaclava and holding a knife. Their screams must have alerted their 2 pet Great Danes, because they came charging up the stairs like wild animals and savagely mauled me half to death. I spent the next 2 weeks in hospital recovering from my injuries, and I had to sell my dojo to pay for all my legal fees and court settlement. Shortly after that, my wife left with our 2 kids and filed for divorce, forcing me to get a job at a car wash to keep up with my alimony payments. I truly wish I'd never even laid eyes on that goddamn little nerd Alan. That little prick took everything from me.